How's it going? Bizarro here with Test Subjects, and we are really excited to show you something we've been experimenting with. And over here, I have an overly complicated example to show you what it is. So, let's get started. So the way that works is with infrared, and not just any infrared, because most off-the-shelf stuff that you can find kind of sucks. And so we recently been experimenting with these. These are part of an IR repeater system, but this is just the receiver cable. Now, the nice thing about this is these take any IR signal. You don't have to be programmed in any remote, and they've got a wide range, and they come in 5 volt and 12 volt varieties, so you can use them in Arduino or Fright Props or anything in between like that. So I'm going to kind of show you what we've been using it for, what we've been experimenting with, and how you can implement it into one of your projects. One of our more recent adventures with infrared involved this boss battle in our arcade room that I'll show you here. Now what do we do?
I don't know. Oh, the floor is lava.
Stand on the white tiles. There we go. And oh, now we can shoot him again. Oh, he's dead. And to do that, and a couple other puzzles, we had to use one of these. This is your pretty much standard pre-built option right here. It is a IR module relay thing here. There's a couple problems with these. One, you have to program your infrared thing to this, and it only accepts certain frequencies, pretty much any remote frequency, but not a lot of other things. And that's all of them across the board. I've experimented with all sorts of them. This is a 4-channel here that actually comes with its own remote. Comes with this guy here, and it only works with a certain frequency range right here. So trying to find something pre-built that works, that is momentary and is also 12 volts, very difficult and not a fun time. This is what is called an infrared repeater. And so what happens is you have this little sensor, IR receiver, built into this guy right here. And then what that does is it shoots out a IR signal based on whatever you want through this to your electronics if you have them hidden or somewhere where you can't really get to them with the remote and everything like that. And so I thought to myself, hey, self, since you know how an infrared receiver works, which is power ground signal, which is the simplified way of putting it, couldn't you just tie this to a controller and signal stuff like this if it works with any remote? And I bought a whole bunch of different things and I tested it, and by golly, it does work. This receiver you can get pretty much anywhere, Amazon, places like that. These little 5 volt ones are the easiest ones to find. It's a little harder to find these 12 volt guys here, like this. This one I think is specially made by Cables to Go. It's a dual channel RF receiver. And I'll put a link up at the bottom there so you guys can find it online. I did find this one a little cheaper on Amazon than on their website, but just so you know, they are definitely cost more than the 5 volt guys, but quite frankly, they're totally worth the price in my opinion. What's interesting about both of these is you can use any, pretty much, as far as I have found, any infrared device that interacts with this. I have experimented with a bunch of different remotes and a bunch of other things, and I'll even show you right now, like I'll give this some power. So here is a TV remote. Now, I have not programmed this at all. These things, when you program, you have to program them by pushing a button, pushing more buttons, everything like that. And sometimes these will just forget the programming randomly. Just for no reason, just, nope, I don't care anymore. I have forgotten things, man. These, however, don't require programming. They will take any signal and just natively, just whatever, like that. And I've tried this with the remotes that look like magic wands, the remotes that look like sonic screwdrivers. I've tried them with a couple of different infrared guns, the cowboy guns that come with the Sharper Image shooting gallery game, and I even tried it with these things here. This is what's inside of these guns here. This is a modified version of this device that I have acquired from senselessdevices.com. This the gentleman there, who is great, by the way, he's been super helpful with us and very patient, I might add. He has helped us originally when we were using those other modules, I had him program the frequency that those accept to this, which is a pain for both of us. We have to deal with that and everything like that. He has a target and gun kit that he makes and sells. And so as you can see here, it's very simple, just some batteries, an infrared thing, and it shoots. And you can see here that when I do this, this will make that light like that. And so I would highly recommend checking out his stuff and going and buying some of these to play with. Especially if you want to do infrared stuff, this will help you. You can install these in any gun. We've even put them in water guns to make portal guns. We've installed them, as you can see, into one of these. We've done a bunch of different stuff with these. So go check out his website and the things he's got, and tell him Bizarro sent you. This is the 12 volt guy, which means I can plug this into a Fright Props Flex Max here, which is what I have, like this, as you can see. And the nice thing about this is I can, if you watch the one light there, it triggers just like that. You can see it triggering that. Now, the good news for the rest of you out there is who don't want to use 12 volt, things like that, the 5 volt ones work with Arduino. I tested that as well. This will trigger a 5 volt signal on your Arduino. So you can use any infrared device that I have found to trigger, depending on the voltage that's coming through these, is 5 volts, 12 volts. By the way, I'll show you how to wire it up. So you buy one of these. It's a screw terminal that is meant for an audio jack, as you can see right there. And you just wire it up that way. Now the problem is you have to figure out what not all of these are created equal. It seems like every company wants to make these differently. So this one actually has 4 pins, but you only need 3. I believe that this one, the tip here is positive, the ring down here, the base is ground, and I believe this one right here is your signal wire. Over here on this guy, you can see I've actually marked this, so I had to figure out what was what and where it came out of, and then I marked it here, positive, negative signal. So once you hash out what your plug is, and you attach it to this, you should be good to go permanently. So then you just connect these up to your controller, and you can plug these in and take them out and everything like that. If you need to replace them, it's an easy to replace thing, as you can see right there. This is the best pre-built, out-of-the-box solution that I have found. Now, for those of you out there who are programmers and things like that, yes, you can probably figure out a way to sit there and do that, make your own thing that could do this, because inside of here is a tiny circuit board and probably a integrated circuit that's telling it to do all this stuff. But for those of us who just want to just make our stuff and make cool things and go, this is the best solution I have found, and I have been searching for a while. So that's it. I hope you find this information as useful for you as it has been for us. And if you do something cool with it, of course, we want to see it, so send it our way. And if you have any questions or comments or just want to see some of the other cool props we've worked on for the rooms we create, you can reach us at youcan'tescapeus.com. And so, hold on.